What a treat. Welcome to Up and Adams at the Super Bowl. My first guest, the only guest I really wanted all week. I love everybody else, but here he is, principal owner of the San Francisco 49ers, Jed York, who I think principal owner?
That's the current title.
Is right. Congratulations on hosting the second Super Bowl in your young tenure. You're tied for youngest owner in the league. You're hosting a World Cup, the first ever Pro Bowl and Super Bowl combo here in the Bay Area. What has it been like so far?
It's been awesome. Just being able to show off this community, all the hard work that they've done. We've got some great mayors. Mayor Mahan in San Jose has done an amazing job. Mayor Lurie in San Francisco has turned this city around, and being able to focus on those two, everything that they've done, and being a part of the community is just it's a cool thing. When
you're there on Sunday, what will success look like to you? Like, if I think, like, where's Jed? What is he thinking?
Good weather. I mean, that's really, like, that's what I'm praying for. Good weather. Yeah.
We have a huge, huge week. Everything's going on. I just listed some of your accolades. Somehow you lost your job, though, when you've done all these great things. What's going on with you, El Guido? He's now CEO. What does that make you? What do you do here?
So I'm super happy that Al is a part of our team. Like, you know Al, he's one of the best people in sports. I think he's the most talented executive in sports. It's really a function of how our operation works, right? As a controlling owner, I'm focusing much more on bigger, larger picture things. Al is running the day-to-day business operations and running a lot of other things. So it's a good move, and you know, we've got Leeds United, we've got Rangers, we've got a lot of other things. So there's a lot of bigger things that I'm focusing on. But the day-to-day stuff, I'm super happy that Al is here, and he's killing it.
And one of them is the World Cup. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. You have a welcome committee. We have all these big acts coming to town. We have Chris Stapleton and Benson Boone, and the Pro Bowl adds this other element where we have these early in the week superstars in town, which is that something that I should be expecting? Like, is this the new vibe going forward, do you think?
I think it's a new vibe. I mean, it's cool because this is the center of the football world, right? Like, you've got everybody here, everybody coming to set, and it's just awesome to have the Pro Bowlers here this week, especially moving to a flag game and making it more fun and more interactive. I think the players are having a good time with it, and it makes it so they don't have to go somewhere else the week before. You're in one spot, you're in one location, and again, this is the center of the NFL universe.
Will you be going to the Pro Bowl? Or are you bringing the kids?
Going.
I know, like, they're like little wide receivers out there. Tell me about that.
The boys are coming tonight. They've got some buddies coming with them. They're super fired up.
They caught passes from Tom Brady the other week. I think we have it. I hope we have it. Maybe we'll have it at some point. What caused that? I think everyone's like, whose kids? Those are Jed York's kids.
So my little guy, he...
Here they are.
Well, there they are. So that's the little guy, Brixie. He grabs me and he's like, Dad, he's like, Tom Brady's out there. Can we go say hi to him? I said, sure. And then my older one, who's just throwing the football, he's a quarterback. He's been working a little bit. And, you know, not many people get to play quarterback with the second best quarterback ever. Hopefully Joe Montana can throw with the boys at some point, but I'm glad that Tom was able to make time.
Tonight they can catch passes from Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
A 41-year-old quarterback. I love her. Somebody. That would be amazing. I can't wait to see that. The skills challenge, all of it's been so amazing. I think there's two gentlemen on your Bay Area Welcome Committee, the hosting committee. I'd like you to maybe tell me, as an expert, what's going on here. Like, what message, what is the welcome ritual happening? Do we have this? Do we have George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey? I hope we do. We're working it out, my friend. Sorry, Jed. Thank you for your patience. I think we have it.
I mean, you don't get better people than Christian and George.
Have you seen this video? What's happening here? By the way, George looks uninjured. Juszczyk's filming. They're having a good time. What's going on here?
I think that's in our, that's in our facility.
There's Christian.
Yeah. I mean, those guys are always working. They're in the cold tub. They're in the hot tub. They're doing all that stuff. Those guys take care of their bodies better than anybody I've ever seen. And George is going to be back ready to go, better and healthier than ever. Maybe a little less tequila in his body than what he had in Philadelphia. But
thanks for bringing that up, because it was something I'd never heard or seen before. So here's how I don't know, where were you? Where were you when the injury happened?
So I was up in the suite, and I mean, you kind of knew what happened as soon as it happened, and I immediately went down. I wanted to make sure that I saw him. And you know, he was getting examined. It's a tough situation, especially when you know that your season's going to be over, and it's a long, hard, you know, return to the game. And there are new rules in the league about the drugs that you can give to players, so we can't carry medicine with us.
Right.
And they had to call in an order for pain medicine, and they weren't sure that they can get it in. And I asked him, I'm like, can I get you anything? He said, yeah, a bottle of tequila. I'm like, done. So that's how that came about.
What was he like in that moment? Was it just like something that you'll never forget? Like, I've never heard an owner story quite like that.
I mean, it's hard because you see the emotion and you see how much people care about the game. You see how much people care about their teammates. And I mean, it's a personal, emotional moment that I won't go into all details, but you can just see it and you can feel it. And you know how much George cares about the game, cares about his teammates, cares about the team. And it's just heartbreaking to see somebody in that
You're
situation.
getting emotional a little bit thinking about talking about it right now. I think it says a lot about you as an owner. I hope you know that.
I love our guys, and they work their tails off, and it sucks to see somebody get injured like that. But George will be back, I know that.
It wasn't the year you hoped for, or you'd love to be playing in your backyard here at Super Bowl 60, but your team gave it its all. I feel like there's something to there's like the fortitude of this, like the resilience, the depth that you guys have acquired over the years. And when you're healthy, you're in the Super Bowl. When you're not, that's the simple math of it. When you're not, you're not. That's how I feel like the talent level is, the expectation, the standard. What did you learn something about this team that was just like unbelievable this year?
Well, I mean, I think Kyle deserves to win Coach of the Year. I mean, I think that's a no-brainer. We had so many things come up that we were able to overcome, and I think a testament to Kyle. Obviously, Saleh, I'm bummed to lose him, but super happy for him that he's back as a head coach. I don't know that he should have lost a head coaching job in the first place, but he showed you how special he is. But we also have a team that fights for each other. And this reminds me of the old school 49ers, where it really was the next man up philosophy. And if you lost somebody, the next man had to step up. And that's something that Bill Walsh really instilled into the organization, into the locker room. I don't know that you see that as much today as what you did in the 80s and 90s, but I'm proud of our guys for stepping up, and we'll keep fighting. I have every expectation that we will be back.
Fred Warner's coming on our show here in a minute. I hope to get a moment with you two. I remember one of my favorite moments of Super Bowl when you came on my show in Vegas, I believe. Maybe it wasn't Vegas.
It was Vegas.
Was it Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Vegas. Was you and Torrey Smith just having this moment that blew me? You guys like hijacked my show and had like an absolute love fest. I loved that moment. When you look at these Hall of Famers, Frank Gore, legend, consistent, 1,000-yard season after 1,000-yard season, him not in, but Roger Craig did finally, well-deserved, get into the Hall of Fame. What are your thoughts?
I mean, Roger's been waiting for so long. I can't think of anybody who changed the game more than Roger. Roger is the kindest, sweetest person that you would ever meet. He's somebody that I've always loved. I mean, since I was a little kid, he was always one of my favorite people in the world. And then when you look at Frank Gore, I think Frank had a little bit different situation than Roger. Roger played with a lot of Hall of Famers. Frank played with some really good players. I don't know, especially early in his career, that you could name a Hall of Fame player on those 49er teams when Frank carried us and was one of the best backs in the league. And somebody asked me, I said, well, how do you put him in and not put Larry Fitzgerald in? Larry Fitzgerald's first ballot Hall of Famer. I think he's great. He's right behind Jerry Rice on all-time receiving list. Well, you've got Frank, who's ahead of Barry Sanders, right? Like, so I don't know what the criteria is, but Frank's a Hall of Famer. I think he's going to get in. I know how much football means to him and it matters to him. And he's somebody that should be enshrined and live forever in Canton.
Well said. Clip that off and put that out there. Love that. Fred Warner joining the show. You got a lot of fans, Niners fans wanting to talk to you. Hopefully we'll get you out of here through the back. I want to talk about the World Cup. I don't even know what the question is. Like, you taking all of this on is bananas to me. The things, the stadium upgrades, all of this, like for the benefit of fans, of, obviously you have a love for soccer and the sport and all of that. Also the economy, job, all of that. What's one thing you sort of learned maybe about yourself or the process that you weren't aware of going into NFL owner taking on FIFA, bringing that here? Well, You're hosting a World Cup. It's so cool.
I mean, to be able to host a Super Bowl and a World Cup in the same year, I don't think will ever be done again. And for us, it's really about what do you do to make your community a better place. We'll do close to $1 billion in economic impact between the Super Bowl and the World Cup. And that's something that matters. I think we want to be the best community partners that we can be. And when you can bring the two largest sporting events in the world to your community in the same year, again, we're proud to do it, and we're happy to do it, and we want to make our community the best it can be.
What can we expect? Like, what's your vision for what that'll even look like?
I mean, FIFA is going to be crazy. There's going to be so many people from out of the country and out of so many different places that are here. We've got close to 350,000 people coming in just for Super Bowl. I have no idea what that number will be for FIFA, but if the U.S. wins their group, which we're all pulling for them,
so.
They get to play in Levi's, which will be awesome as well. 6
World Cup matches, right?
Yes.
$200 million in renovations this past year. Let me ask you this. I'm actually going to the stadium with Fred today.
Cool.
I've only been there a couple of times. I think I saw you on one of my trips. I've been there not many times. If I gave you like 3 minutes to be in the stadium by yourself, no one in it, where you go and like that's your spot, what is that? Paint me what that looks like.
So I love sort of our hall of statues in the Hall of Fame, where when you become a 49ers Hall of Famer, we let the players choose what they want their statue to be.
Very cool.
So you got Jerry Rice in his, iconic pose. That my favorite, Dave Wilcox, who was a great linebacker. He
That's
grew up.
so Jed, I love that.
Well, he grew up on a farm. And they had an outhouse.
Yeah.
So he learned to stand with his legs crossed when he had to pee, because he didn't want to go to the outhouse in the middle of the night. So he would stand like that on the sidelines because he didn't want to have to go to the bathroom during the game. And that was his thing, and that's what his pose is. So it's just a unique, funny.
Wow,
thing.
He's an encyclopedia, and he didn't know that.
So I mean, there's just really cool stuff. My uncle is in there. My grandfather is in there. Having them, there's a great picture from an early Super Bowl win. It's a cool, special place to me and to my family and to the history of the team.
You brought up statues, so I have to ask. Jerry Rice said yesterday he wants a statue, not in the Hall of Fame thing. I believe he wants a Brady statue. What? Can we commission this thing right now, my friend?
He is the original GOAT. Let's commission it.
Really?
Let's find out.
Jerry, you're welcome.
JR, you tell me. Wherever you want it, man, we've got you, bud.
What do you think it looks like? What's the pose? What is it even?
It's something big. It's something flamboyant. It's something that matches the greatest football player ever.
I heard that he told the Pro Bowl teams, he went through his entire oral history of his resume. But I don't think he didn't say anything.
But look at that guy. I mean, one of the other things that I don't know if it's on there, but
tell me.
But the Substation, right? That people are talking about injuries.
Yeah.
That's been there since 1987.
Oh, we're going there, Jed? Okay.
That's been there since 1987. Jerry Rice was there.
Yeah.
It didn't seem to affect Jerry Rice. It seems like Jerry Rice can still play today. I don't believe that's something that is a real
everyone's
issue.
being asked about it.
I'm sure.
Lynch, I'm sure. Fred Warner was asked about it yesterday. Is there due diligence being done? Have you researched it, or is it?
We'll look into it, but we've been there since 1987 next to the Substation, and this is the first time that somebody has brought it up. It's not like it happened last season. Jerry Rice seemed to be pretty healthy during his career. All those guys seem to be pretty healthy during their career.
It's good.
I think we can debunk it.
It's too pragmatic, Jed.
Yeah.
This critical thinking.
Can't do that.
Well, but then it begs the question, what do we do? What's the next step on it? John Lynch said it yesterday. Your amazing GM said we have to, what did he say? We have to have a plan, the next few steps. We have what are the next things to check off the list of why this? I mean what I said, Jed. You're healthy, you're in the Super Bowl. You're not, you're not. This team specifically.
Did you say that specifically to John?
No, I didn't see John.
You should. All right.
But you know what I mean?
No,
the injuries, it's the most frustrating,
It's unbelievably frustrating. And we need to be better at it.
But what is it?
If I knew, I would wave my magic wand and I would fix it. We need to fix it. We need to make sure that we are healthy. We need to make sure that we are best able to compete, because you said it, when we're healthy, we're in the Super Bowl.
I want to show you something about Brock. Nothing funny, I promise. This was Brock's always debated on and all the time, whatever. Last year, of course, last offseason. God, you look so smart, guys. You, John, everybody. Look at this. I think we have this. Look at this. 7 of 8 down the stretch, he wins. Finishes in the top 8 in every major category, Jed. And of the 14 highest paid quarterbacks in the league, only Brock and Josh Allen won playoff games. from your vantage point, like I can look at this and like, I'm an analyst, I'm a fan, I'm a host. Where you see behind the scenes, what has impressed you most about your quarterback?
I mean,
those numbers are crazy.
But it's not the numbers that impress me about Brock, it's who he is as a person. And I say this all the time, when you look at all the analytics to go into drafting, you know, Brock is 6'1", 6'2". If Brock was 6'4", he's a first or second round draft pick, right? When you look at his heart and you look at what he does and how he fights, he has such a strong belief in himself, and he is such a grounded person. I mean, he had a very bad toe injury, got it the first week in Seattle, tried to fight through it, had to take some time off. It was not an easy season for him. Like, he definitely played with pain this season, but he's mentally tough enough to get through it. And he's the type of guy that's going to sit there and help Mac Jones go be the best that Mac can be. Brock is the ultimate teammate. He's what you want your franchise quarterback to look like.
Love all of that. I know you have a very busy week. Can you tell me a little bit about just like what, are you shaking hands, you kissing babies, you going to concerts? I know you're going to the Pro Bowl with your sons tonight. Like, what does this week look like for?
It's just busy. It's a lot of people asking me a lot of stupid questions like
favors.
Can I get this?
Can I
get that? Can I do this? You can get two Stapleton.
Yay!
Let us know who wants to come. But it's unbelievable how many friends come out of the woodwork this week.
Call them out. Who are the, who's John from accounting?
I can't do that. I can't do that.
You got a lot of that going on?
I have so much of that going on.
I love that. I think Fred's late, so we're gonna.
But that's why we host once every 10 years.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good time.
You're the youngest owner.
I think Carly's younger than me, and if not, I'm going to say that she's younger than me.
She's like a couple of months younger than you. Okay. But when you hosted this thing for the first time, you were like 34 years young. If you look at that and then you look at now, like if you were to reflect on what that even was at 34, were you prepared for it? Did you, approaching this, look at things from that and could you not wait to get it back? Like, what was that like?
You definitely can't wait to get it back because, again, you want to put your community on a pedestal and show the world why the Bay Area is such a great place. But you look at some of the things that I did earlier in my life and earlier in my career, and like you've had a great success. I mean, starting at Good Morning Football, like when you started, did anybody think that show was going to be what it was?
No.
Right? And you're
the four of us did. We were, yeah.
But you're excited, you're happy, but you had no idea where things were going to take you. And I think that's the beauty of it is you don't know what you don't know, and you're not worried about what the potential pitfalls are that other people see that have the experience. And that's sort of what building a stadium was like, hosting the first Super Bowl. You had no idea what it was, and like, yeah, I can do it, and then once you do it, you're like, holy, we did this, and now we have to do it again, and then you're figuring out, how do we do it better at Super Bowl 60 than what we did at Super Bowl 50? And that's probably a little bit more pressure.
And what's the answer to that question?
Well, I mean, I think you do all the things that you have to do. You tweak, you get better in terms of preparation. You make sure that all the events are as perfect as they can possibly be. I think the owner's dinner that we're going to host on Saturday night is going to be a phenomenal experience.
Ooh, give me a little something on that, chef. Musical act.
From Michael Tusk, Quince Catonia. It's going to be awesome. We are doing special bottles of California wines for all the teams, at least all the teams that are showing up. There are a few that didn't show up. So I wanted to make sure that we did a vintage from a special year from their teams. So whether it's a Super Bowl year that they had, the first year that they owned the team, I mean, I don't want to give anybody away, but one had one's in the Hall of Fame. So the year that one of the folks went into the Hall of Fame,
so thoughtful.
So I wanted to do that.
The fact that you know this is bananas, because this is something that you'd be like, okay, you take care of the wine, Amy, and then you move on. You're in it with this. You're a great host.
Well, my sisters have a great wine, Jenna Marie's.
Yes.
If you haven't had some, I will make sure you get some. It's a great wine.
I'm really like the winner here of this interview. Thank you.
But they will be pouring some of their wines. But I wanted to make sure that we highlighted a lot of great things from California, and say thank you to all of my partners that, they make the NFL a special place.
It's very thoughtful. Okay, Jed York, I know you have to run. We'll get you out of here. Enjoy the week. Let it rip, though. Have some fun, too.
We'll definitely
have
have
a
fun.
little vino, you know? Enjoy the Pro Bowl tonight.
I mean, I wanted to bring Annabelle's here and have like an Annabelle's pop-up this week.
Annabelle's! That's a place in London, not like a sketchy joint somewhere, anywhere. Okay, we're going to be back
It's a very
after
classy place.